This is a Keurig model K40. If you're having trouble with your machine pumping air bubbles from the bottom of your water tank down here while you're brewing coffee into your cup, I may have a solution for you. I've seen this problem twice, and I've just fixed my second machine, which is over here, and I've got it apart. It's now working properly. What the problem is, there's a underneath here, I'll show you that in the parts machine in a moment, there's a one-way check valve that fails, and what I do is I get an old Keurig that isn't working, and from the top I take this one-way check valve here. That's what this is. Water goes this way and into your cup, and it's a check valve to prevent coffee grounds and water from going backwards into the system. Anyway, I take the faulty check valve system and I replaced it with this, and I'll show you what it looks like on the old parts machine. So what I do is I find somebody selling a Keurig that they say is not working properly anymore. They say it works a little bit, it's very intermittent. I picked it up for $15 and I'll just use it for parts, and you'll see the filter here is missing because I took this filter out and I installed it on the other machine, and I'll show you where the faulty valve is. So you tip the machine over, there's about 4 or 5 screws, take the bottom off, and be careful, where is it here? Right there, there's a rivet. There's 3 grounding wires that are attached to that rivet. There's plenty of room, you'll see when the cover comes off. Do not cut the grounding wires. The machine is now open. This is your water pump. Water is drawn in from the bottom of the water tank through the pump, goes through this hose, and this is the check valve right here. This is the one that's faulty, and the water will start, it backflows into the tank with air bubbles. This is the valve right here from my machine that's acting up. This comes apart it is difficult to do, but there you go. It's like a duckbill check valve. It seems to be okay now, but when you first pulled it out yesterday, it stuck open like this. And so I replaced all of this with that valve that was at the top of the machine, and I'll show it to you a little later. Okay, I forgot to mention the check valve here is held with a zip tie. You can see it just above my fingernail, so you've got to cut the zip tie off, take the 3 screws out, and pull the duckbill valve out and have a look at it. So at the top of the machine, you need to disconnect this hose right here. There's another zip tie on it. Cut the zip tie off, stick a screwdriver in here so you don't lose the hose. To make more room in the bottom of the machine, you need to take the hose off that spout right there, cut the zip tie, take the hose off, and put a screwdriver in it, because the hose is going to get pulled down into the machine and you don't want to lose your hose. When you go to turn the machine on its side, you're going to have water, so make sure you got paper towels around. Another thing I forgot to point out is there's a little hook. You'll see the hose here is stuck in a hook. You've got to unhook it there before you'll get any slack. As you can see, it's coming off. Have some paper towels nearby because it's full of water. Now you can see that the old check valve's been removed. Let's disassemble it. Where are you? Right here. That's from the other machine. Let's disassemble this. You take the 3 screws out and have a look at that duckbill valve. The 3 screws are out. It's full of water. See that? So we're going to pull it apart and check it. It's got a zip tie on it too. Cut off the zip tie. I was wrong about the zip tie. You don't need to take it off. The piece here pries off. You see it's coming apart now. So the piece is out, and I'll tell you from experience, this is stuck in there pretty good. You'll have to use needle nose pliers and a small screwdriver and just carefully remove it. So there's the duckbill valve. This one's in excellent shape. Look, there's no leaks. Mine, when I pulled it out, was stuck like this. And if it's stuck like this, water and air bubbles get pushed back into your water tank while you're brewing coffee. So I'm going to keep this one as a spare part. This machine here, I'm not sure why someone was selling it. They said they were having problems with it. I don't know what the problems were. I'm using it as a parts machine only, and because these parts are not available. You cannot get this from Keurig, and you can probably get them online if you can find a company that carries them, but you need exact measurements. But like I say, I don't know how old this machine is, but that valve is in much better shape. And what I'll do next is I will be showing you the machine, my own machine that I repaired, and I'll show you what I did to put the new check valve in here to prevent the air bubbles and water getting back into the tank. So that's the finished product right there. I extended the hose, and right up in there, if you can see it, is the filter that was on the top of the machine with the check valve in it. And that's it. It's now fixed and working great.